Good evening. Good evening. What's going on with y'all? It's Fanatical Massholes show. It's your boys, Marky. It's me, Mizzo, sitting and enjoying ourselves on a Friday night. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Good, man. I'm doing great tonight. I'm happy to be back on. Let's do
Yes,
this.
sir. Yes, sir. Let's talk about it. You know how we doing this show? Just a couple sports fans, man, running our mouths, talking our shit. You know what I mean? You know, everybody else does it, so why can't we? Tap in with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, share, comment. Like to shout out our sponsors before we get going. Looking for a plate? Hit up my man Timothy Brunfield, Big Belly Barbecue. All the fixings for you, from lobster, baked macaroni, etc., etc. Hit him up, Big Belly Barbecue. Catch him on Instagram, Facebook, all that. Looking to get some clothes, local, support the local, support the local. My boy Charles Price, Young Fly Forever. He's got dress suits for men, women. He's got gear for kids. You know what I mean? Elegant stuff. He's got sweatsuits. Anything you want, he's got you. You know what I mean? So go check him out as well. All right. Like I said, like, subscribe, share, comment. All right. So week 2 and 3 is past of college football. Marky, what was your takeaways from the past weekend that happened?
College football, again, college football to me, man, is just, I'm going to say this in a nice way. It's a circus, and I mean that, and it's entertaining. I haven't actually been this excited for college football in a while, and honestly, I got to thank my man Dion for that, dude. He's changed the entire landscape of college football. That's what you're going to need going forward for coaches, someone who can resonate with these kids, get the best out of them. I mean, to see what he's done over there in Colorado is just, I can't.
Doing good, man.
He has these boys ready to play week in, week out.
Yes, sir.
I know you have the Nick Sabans and the Dabo Sweeneys and the Kirby Smarts of the world, but I mean, Dion is gonna be a new wave of coaching. And I honestly, college needs it because they've been dying. Like, they've been slowly dying. To me, they felt like more of a farm league for the NFL than actually college football in the last like 5 to 10 years. I just felt like no one really cared about college football. They just cared about the top prospects and, who's coming out for the draft and where they're going to go. But I think what Dion's been doing with college football is going to put it back on the map.
No doubt.
At least nationally. I know down south college football is a different animal. Yeah. I'm talking on a national stage.
Right. My takeaways from college football, Alabama's a mess. And if they don't win this week, which they might, it's a good chance they lose to Ole Miss. I think they're going to win, but it's a good chance they lose. They lose to Ole Miss, we obviously know they're out of the playoff. But there's going to be some significant changes that need to be made at Alabama. I mean, Jalen Milroe, why they replaced quarterbacks and they kind of did the musical chairs, and then they struggled with South Florida. I mean, come on, man. This is not Alabama. That's not Alabama football.
Because it's NIL, and Nick Saban has been speaking out about it because it takes away what he's good at.
Recruiting.
Good at recruiting. He's good at recruiting. And when you're in the middle of nowhere, Alabama, and you have nothing to offer these kids NIL wise, they're not going to come and play.
Right. You're not getting the Florida boys. You're not getting the Georgia boys anymore. From Savannah, they're all going to Georgia.
They're all going to Georgia. They're all going to FSU. They're going to go to UGA. They're going to go to Miami. They're going to go where the money is.
They're going to go to Texas. They're going to go to Texas. Texas got their own damn network.
Texas. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why Nick Saban is against it, because it puts him at a disadvantage for the first time in his coaching career. Yes, sir. I think this is going to. I don't think he'll be replaced anytime soon, but I definitely think he's going to have to go back to the drawing board. This season on his recruiting and the way he goes about things, because Alabama just doesn't cut it in a living room anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah. So Jalen Milroe. I mean, he's about 449 yards this season, 5 touchdowns, 2 picks. I mean, in points they ranked 29th. Total yardage they're in the top 50. That's not what you say about an Alabama team. No. Top 50. You know what I mean? Like, they're 49th. They're 49th in total yards in the nation. Like I said, 29th in points. That's not Alabama. No, that's not Alabama at all.
And here's the thing. They've done it without quarterbacks in the past. So,
right.
I mean, outside of Jalen Hurts and Tua, I mean, Mac Jones to a certain degree. I mean, you had guys like Mike McElroy and You know what I mean? Like you had the plug and play quarterbacks in Alabama, and
Bo Scarborough or something like that.
yeah, and you won a championship because you had guys around them. And Alabama's struggling to find the top talent, at least on the offensive side. Defensively, I mean, they look the same. They're just on the field way more.
Right.
I think that's all that is. I think the defense is on the field too much. They're getting worn down really fast. They're not playing Alabama football in the second half. They're getting beat up. I mean,
right.
It's just you can't when your offense is stalling every drive, just about like you said, top 50 in points. Yeah, it's just you can't. It's not a recipe for success in college. It's just not.
Absolutely. All right. So now my takeaways from the NFL: Chargers need to change. They need to change. Listen, they're sixth on offense. So Kellen Moore is making a difference. They're 30th in opponent scoring. Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack have 2 sacks combined. Let me say that again for you. Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack have 2 sacks combined. Joey Bosa has the 2 sacks. Khalil Mack doesn't have any sacks. I don't understand. Look, maybe it's just, it happens. It's the NFL. Somebody can have that big drop off and we wouldn't see it coming. But I don't think that would happen with Khalil Mack. I didn't think that would happen with Khalil Mack, I should say.
Not only that, you have corners on the outside. You have
Derwin James.
Jackson. You have
Jason Jackson,
Samuel.
Dr. Samuel Jr.
Derwin James. You have Eric Kendricks. You have Sebastian Joseph Day. Like, what is your problem? Brandon Staley is your problem. He's been your problem. He's through 2 years over. They're in the same boat that Atlanta was in with Dan Quinn. They're refusing to give up, and it's handicapping them.
Yep.
They have a very small window for a title before you got to start paying everybody else. None of that. Keenan Allen's getting old. Mike Williams, he's getting older.
Right.
But his body's starting to break down. Austin Eckler's coming up there. Eric Kendrick's pretty little old. Both Bosa and Khalil. Like you're not on the wrong side of 30, but your window is a lot smaller than it should be. And Brandon Staley has been a disaster since like year 2.
Yep.
And last year's playoff should have been it. That's fact that you brought him back, it's not like he did it in a Super Bowl. Dan Quinn, you can kind of be like, dude, we were in the Super Bowl.
Right.
You have something to hold on to there. But this is a wild card round against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who the year prior were a laughingstock. Trevor Lawrence threw 4 picks in the first half. You were killing them, and they come back out and they just absolutely annihilate you.
Crazy.
Man. And your head coach is defensive minded in the wild card round, and you said no, we don't need a change here.
Right. That's what makes it the worst. That's what I'm saying. Like you're a defensive minded person, coach, and you're 30th in scoring. You're 2 big guns got 2 sacks.
I said this during the Dan Quinn era. Brandon Staley has something dirty on somebody in that organization. That's the only way this man's keeping his job. He's not keeping his job. He's a good coach. He's awful.
Right. He was the coordinator for the Falcons, right?
No, he was
No. He was
where I forgot where he came from. But
was he the Rams? He wasn't the Rams. He was the Titans.
I think he was an assistant somewhere. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I gotta look it up.
I gotta look that up because now it's gonna bother me.
yeah. But all right, so skipping from that. Another thing, my other takeaway, Deshaun Watson, man. Like you're validating all the haters, man. You're validating all the naysayers. I ain't even gonna call them haters. You're validating all the naysayers who are saying what they said about you. And forget about off the field. The on the field stuff right now is what's killing you. Like those 2 penalties, I know you're gonna go crazy on it, so I'm gonna let you go in a second. Those 2 penalties, them face mask penalties, unacceptable. I mean, listen, the interceptions, just use your legs. Like you everything that he did in Houston, he's not doing now. You have to understand. Now Nick Chubb's gone for the season. You have to be Superman again. You got to go back to Houston, Deshaun Watson. I don't see it, though. I don't see it.
This is a terrible move from the get-go. You guaranteed this man $230 coming off 26 sexual assault charges.
It's a lot. It's a lot of money,
He
and a
doesn't
lot, and
care
a
about
lot,
his
and a lot of
team, bro.
charges. It's a
Bro,
lot of charges and money.
Everything that started to come out after the fact, the NDAs, the hotel rooms purchased for him by the Texans, this man doesn't care about anything or anyone but himself. I was so glad that the Browns came in at the last second and stole Deshaun Watson from us. I didn't want him at all. And the big thing is because I don't care how anyone looks at this, this man is guilty. He essayed those women. This isn't a money grab. I'm sorry. 26 different women. There are NDAs signed by half these women. They weren't done in the organization. They purchased hotel rooms out. They knew what was going on. I'm sorry. And then to watch him last year, I was kind of like, okay, you know what? You were gone for a year and a half, whatever. But man, up here, he's lost. He's cooked. He can't even read a field anymore.
Yeah.
He can't read a field. And you're a quarterback, bro. How the hell do you get 2 face mask penalties? You're a quarterback. Like, what are you even doing to get, like, and then you shove the ref. You have this whole fuck you mentality. Like, I don't care. Like, bro, you missed Elijah Moore on so many routes. Like, there was the play action he ran, and this was Kevin Stefanski's like bread and butter with Baker Mayfield. The year they went to the
to beat the Pitts, beat the Steelers. Yep.
They had a 3 tight end set, play action off of it, and Njoku does a drag over the middle because the linebackers step up. They ran that same exact play multiple times, but the one play where I saw it, Njoku was wide open over the middle, and he walked into a sack. I'm so happy that this is happening to Cleveland, and I'm so happy this is happening to Deshaun Watson, because this is karma. This is karma for handing this man that kind of money after what he did. I do not care where it was settled, how it was settled. This man did it, and all the NFL did was go slapped him on the wrist and said, "You're fine." You know what? This is literal great karma for Cleveland, for the NFL, and for Deshaun Watson. I couldn't be happy this is happening to that man. Fuck it.
Listen, I don't know, man. Get it right. You need to get it right on the field, though, because like you said, it's going to be a bad investment, and they can't. You can't trade this man now. And now the cap hits now. They just went up.
Wow.
You could have last season. If you would have come off them, it would have been great. Now the cap hits. Nah, there's no way. You can't do it. You can't move them.
Even if you wanted to take the risk on Deshaun Watson, okay, I get it. Like, I understand it because he's talented, because of what he was.
That's what. Yeah,
I get the business decision on, like, listen, we take a flyer on this man and it works, we strike gold. But you take a flyer on him, and then you hand him $236 million fully guaranteed, like, immediately. He didn't even see a field, and you were like, "Yeah, we don't care. Here's fully guaranteed contract."
Yeah, knowing he was going to get at least 11 games to 11 to the season, 11 at least half the season or to the whole season suspended. Yeah, that would have been tough.
It should have been indefinitely. He should have had to apply for reinstatement this offseason, and he needs to go. He just needs to get out of the NFL. I can't. You're not good on the field. You're a terrible human being off the field. You have nothing to offer anymore.
There's a lot of them. But definitely he's the glaring one right now.
Oh, absolutely. There's plenty of them out there but he's.
I'm not taking nothing off him. Trust me, I'm not taking the spotlight off him.
There's a lot of scumbags out there, that have done some things, but
yeah, he did what he did, and I can't. There's nobody defending it.
26 different. Bro.
Why do you need that many masseuses? I mean, everybody would ask that. That's the question. That's what I asked when I first heard about it. Like, why do you need that many? Like, should you only have one?
Yeah,
I would only trust one masseuse.
If one came out, maybe 2, you can kind of be like, oh, it's the whole Kobe situation from like 2004 when that went down. You can kind of maybe like, okay, give him the benefit of the doubt. But when it started to pile on, and then it was just statement after statement after statement, leak after leak. Houston did this. I'm sorry. Houston did this. when Deshaun Watson was like, screw, because it's
he wants to trade.
how,
All of a sudden, they all came out. Yeah, everything.
Yeah, it's funny
out.
how Deshaun Watson said, "Screw you guys, I'm out." They're like, "Okay, well, we'll just air your dirty laundry out."
It seems like that. It seems like that. That's why I thought that same thing too.
And
But no
that's
one
why,
wants to say that out
I
loud.
think people don't believe it is due to the fact that the time it came out. But if you just take that out of it and you just like look at it for what it really is, because you need to look at it for what it really is. This man did it. Why do you need an NDA?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think if he was charged, a lot more would have happened, but he was never charged, and they didn't bring back indictments. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know why the fuck they did
it all out of court.
Yeah, no doubt. He yeah.
Cleveland settled the situation for him, which is how he got away with it.
It's gonna come on. I mean, again, there's NDAs, but somewhere down the line,
I hope this comeback, and I hope this burns this man. Like I really do. Like I really hope this buries him, because there's no way he should be playing.
All right, strong words. All right. So moving on. Last night's game, 49ers and the Giants. 49ers obviously they smashed them 30-12. I don't even think it's that close, but that's basically what happened. Here we go. First downs, 49ers had 26 first downs, Giants had 10. Rush yards, the Giants only had 29 rush yards. You would have thought Daniel Jones would have ran a little more. Didn't happen like that. On third down, the Giants were 3 for 12. I mean, Daniel Jones only had 137 yards throwing the ball. Passer rating of 64. Darren Waller, we talked about him earlier before the show. He only had 3 catches for 20 yards. Matt Breida did have a touchdown, but he only had 17 yards. And we know what the 49ers did. Brock Purdy, 310 yards. 111 passer rating, 2 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey, 119 total yards, touchdown on the ground. Deebo Samuel had 129 yards receiving, 6 catches, touchdown. George Kittle, 7 catches for 90 yards. I mean, he didn't have a lot of protection. Daniel Jones did it. The defense didn't play that bad. I'm not going to say they did not play that bad. They held up. But the Giants offense, yeah, they stink.
I mean, let's think about it. What have they done to improve that offense?
The line, they haven't done anything. It's like it's year 3 or 4. You're like, even though it's only this year 2 of Dayball, but they've been talking about the offensive line since Eli Manning retired. Since Eli Manning retired, they've been talking about fixing that offensive line, and they still haven't.
I mean, I get it. Daniel Jones is garbage quarterback. I'm not going to defend this guy. But what have they done to help him? I mean, you signed Paris Campbell and you draft Jalen Hyatt. Like, makes
that's not. Yeah,
and then you bring in Darren Waller, who's on the wrong side of 30. He's been injury prone. He's on a big contract. You don't do anything on the offensive line. You kind of butt heads with Saquon in the offseason, who's the only reason you got anywhere last year. Daniel Jones had nothing to do with it. They're a mess.
I think
I think Brian Daboll could get fired before the season's over if they continue to play like this. They just look. This is not like Arizona. So this is why I'm saying the Giants are worse than Arizona. Arizona had no hype coming into this season. Everybody knew they were going to be bad.
Right.
So they're going to get a pass on everything this year and maybe next year, depending on where they fall in the draft. There is no pass for Brian Daboll and the Giants after last year. You don't get a pass. You came out, you took the league by storm. You had your one thing that you were good at, you're terrible at this year, and that's coaching. Yep. The team looks lost. Daniel Jones, there was a clip I saw, and I've been seeing it all over social media.
But his eyes.
He looked terrified. This man, he looked so scared, and I was like, "Bro, this is unfair." But my biggest takeaway from last night is Brock Purdy's elite. It's over.
Think so?
It's over.
He's good. He's good. I don't want to give him a league yet, but he's good.
You take out the NFC Championship game because he obviously took the L because he started.
Yeah,
he hasn't lost a game. He's 13-0 in the NFL.
Yep.
I haven't seen Kyle Shanahan's offense click this well since his Super Bowl year in Atlanta.
I like that. I like that, Brody. I like that throw. That last touchdown he threw to Debo Samuel. That was a nice route. Good throw, back shoulder, basically.
Oh yeah,
Defender wasn't going to get that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I
he's
like
not
that.
your most. This is going
He
to
doesn't got a
sound.
big arm. He doesn't got a big arm. He's
This is going to sound really
he's kind of
weird.
accurate, but he doesn't got a big arm. He doesn't got a big arm.
He plays the game like Tom Brady. He
Okay.
takes what you give him.
Okay.
He's not forcing throws. He knows where to put the ball. He knows when to get it out. He knows how to run that offense. That was Tom Brady. Didn't have the biggest arm. He wasn't the most athletic guy. Up here, he was sound. That's Brock Purdy, and that's what works. He's not Trevor Lawrence. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not going to run around and make these crazy throws, but he's going to cut you up, and he's not going to make mistakes. And he's shown it. I mean, he's basically had a full season under his belt. He's 13-0.
Got you.
He's thrown 2 picks in his 13 starts. Like, he's elite. He's elite. He's not top 5. He's clearly top 10.
Yeah, you got to give that to him right now.
I don't think
would definitely
there's 10 quarterbacks that would take over Brock Purdy.
Yeah, he manages the game right. He's, like I said, he's got a decent arm. He's yes, man. He's a gamer. I give him that. He stands in the pocket,
Mr.
takes the
Irrelevant?
hits. Yeah. Number 7 pick. 7th round. I'm sorry. 7th round pick. Of course, you definitely gotta say he's up there. I don't know if I'm gonna put him in the top 10 yet. He's on the cusp, but
this is
he's
how,
coming.
So it's what I'm saying. It's coming. He's not. He's elite. He's going to be there. He's going to be a top 10, top 5 guy year in and year out. The reason I know this is San Francisco moved on from Trey Lance.
Yeah,
you don't trade 3 first-round picks like that and then move off a guy after 2 starts.
Yeah.
Like, you don't do that. You don't do that unless you're fully confident in what you have. And they know Brock Purdy is light years ahead of Trey Lance. Trey Lance is way more talented than Brock Purdy, but for what Kyle Shanahan needs and how to run that offense, Brock Purdy is the best man for the job.
I'm sure he'd rather Trey Lance because Kyle Shanahan wants a running quarterback.
He wants someone mobile to get in it, but see, that's the thing. He doesn't want you taking off and running. He just wants to move the pocket for him.
Yeah, right.
He's mobile. He's not going to take off and run, but he's mobile. He can move. I mean, would you rather him have the athleticism of Trey Lance? Yeah, but I think the way you handle the Trey Lance situation isn't an indictment on Trey Lance. It's just, it shows you who Brock Purdy is. That's what I think. I don't think Trey Lance is a bad quarterback. I mean, I don't think he's great either. He's had very minimal starts in college, but
absolutely, that was the problem.
I think that's more so on Brock. I think what they did is more so about Brock Purdy than it ever was about Trey Lance.
Yeah, this move,
the move was a Brock Purdy move, wasn't a Trey Lance.
Yeah, like you said, he's incomplete with Trey Lance. He's incomplete. You can't really make a die. You can't really make a conclusion or kind of say what you think Trey Lance is yet, because like you said, he didn't start that much in college. He probably shouldn't have came out in the first place. But again, I'm not advising these kids. You know what I mean? Whoever is doing that, he should have stayed in school. I don't know what's going to happen. He's going to probably get lost in Dallas. He's going to end up on another team. I don't know if he'll ever get a shot. That's the problem. That's the sad part about it. I don't think he'll ever get a shot.
I did just see that Dallas can save $34 million against the cap by moving on from Prescott after the year. You don't trade for Trey Lance at this point to be a backup. Dak is clearly regressed. Like, it's clear as day the man's not who he was 4 years ago or 3 years.
Yep.
I think it's Super Bowl or bust for Dak.
Yeah, they have to.
It has to be.
Yeah.
No NFC Championship game, divisional round. No, it's Super Bowl or bust. If you don't win a Super Bowl, your Dallas is moving on from you.
Even without Trayvon Diggs, I mean, shout out Trayvon Diggs, get healthy. Even without him, they still should win a Super Bowl. I'm with you. Like, I don't think they still have it.
There's no reason for them not to.
They're deep at cornerback. You know what I mean? Like, they're good. They're not. I won't say they're good.
7 is awesome.
They'll be good, right? So they have no excuse. Like you said, if I'm with you on that. If Dak doesn't get it done,
Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup,
if Dak doesn't get it done,
Ferguson, top 5 offensive line. There's zero reason that you should even be. I mean, the Trayvon Diggs thing, I do want to see how that's going to play out. I mean, they're not necessarily thin at corner, but they're not deep at corner either. I mean, losing an all-pro, regardless of any position,
No,
especially corner, is going to be a huge hit.
they got someone that can hold it down though. They can hold it down
as long as they have Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they said the kid's name was Lewis. I didn't forget the backup. Yeah, they said he could step in.
Is Anthony Lewis still?
I think
Anthony
Brown's
gone. Anthony Brown's gone.
Yeah, Anthony Brown's gone. I think he could step in, and I'm not gonna say he's not gonna be Mike. He's not gonna be Trayvon Diggs. No. But what I'm saying is, like you said, with that front seven, you're gonna get interceptions, and you're gonna keep. They're not gonna have time to pass.
Yeah, they're gonna force offenses into mistakes. I mean, are you gonna let up more big plays now?
Probably, yeah.
But this is again, this is Dak's moment. This is Dak's moment. In those games where you need a Trayvon Diggs to pull through and he's not there, Dak, you have to put up points. You have to put touchdowns. You can't kick field goals. You can't stall out drives in the third and fourth quarter. You got to score, man.
Yes, sir. All right. Yeah. So in all reaction, and then at the end of that, Giants might be finished for the season. I don't want to say it like that. They play Seattle.
Brandon Staley was the Rams defensive coordinator.
That's who it was. That's who it was. I was thinking Rams, but yep. So yep. Giants, they got the Seahawks next week. We'll see. They lose that game. Woo! I don't know. All right. So now, when we come back from the break, we'll get into some locks. All our locks, college football, NFL. Y'all stay with us.
Had a bad week last week. I'm hoping to rebound this week.
Yeah, he had a bad week last week. Let's see if he rebounds. We'll be right back after this. Your Fanatical Massholes. Y'all stay locked with us.
Y'all fly forever. Turn that shit up, forever. Ayy, I'm fly forever, we real as it get. Never say never, we know for them hits. Feeling that weather you put on your fit. Y'all fly forever, go get you the drip. Y'all fly forever, we real as it get. Never say never, we know for them hits. Feeling that weather you put on your fit. Y'all fly forever, go get you the drip. Y'all fly forever, yeah, go get you the drip. Yeah, y'all fly forever, go get you the drip. Yeah,
yes indeed, yes indeed. Welcome back to the show. It's your boys, Mizzo, Marky, Fanatical Massholes, right back at y'all. See, Marky got his Drake London jersey on. He'll get into why later. You know what I'm saying? Represent Atlanta. Now, no, we're both in Massachusetts. So when you guys see him on the street and he's got his Atlanta Falcons jersey on, I'm like, why in the hell? It don't matter because you know what? I'm from Mass and I don't like the Patriots either, so it doesn't matter. I got a different team too. Exactly, but you know what I mean. It's what we do. We fanatics. We don't got to be a fan of this team. The teams up here. But yeah, he's sporting his Drake London jersey on. That's for all our podcast listeners too on Spotify. He's got his Drake London jersey, and he'll tell you why later on in the rant, so listen to it for that. But all right, down to the brass tacks here. Let's talk money. Before we get into the locks and what we did last week, what college football games are you looking forward to this weekend?
FSU for me, I'm really looking forward to them against Clemson.
Let's go Noles.
They need to put on a show here.
Yes, they do.
You barely beat BC last week.
Oh.
And in all honesty, you should have lost that game.
Yup.
That should have been an L. So that needs to be it. And then again, man, Caleb Williams. That man is just something.
He is. I'm with you. I'm Florida. Obviously, that's my team, the Seminoles. The time is now. This is it. Clemson's down. You got to get them now. That's it. I know you're going into Death Valley. You know what I mean? I know you're going down there to their home. You got to get them now, though. And leave, like you said, leave no doubt. There's no 10-point win. You got to beat this team by 20. They lost to Duke.
Oh, yeah.
They scored 9 points to Duke.
Yeah, you got to blow the doors off these guys.
You got to blow the doors off them. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if this is a BC game all over again.
You're going to drop again. You're going to drop again.
But here's the thing. Clemson can pull it out.
Right.
BC should have, but again, lack of actual real talent on that team is the reason that they, again, at the end of the day, Seminoles just more talented. BC wanted it more. You could see it. Clemson has the talent. If they do want it more, they will win.
Yes, sir. Definitely looking forward to that.
And then,
yeah, my what?
Colorado and Oregon.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. I'm looking forward. Yeah, I was gonna say that we are on the same page when it comes to that. Like, I'm looking forward to all the Pac-12 games because I'm like, listen, some of their QBs are just Bo Nix. He's running. He got 8 touchdowns, 893 yards. Shedeur Sanders. That's the Oregon, Colorado. Shedeur Sanders got 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns to 1 pick. UCLA.
Bo Nix is still in college is crazy.
Yeah, well, I know he was gonna say that. I know he was going there. Hey, you seen the dude that's in Miami? The tight end trying to get his 9th year of eligibility. I'm like, yo, what?
Dude, bro, what? University of Virginia, their kicker is 34 years old.
Like, come on, man. Go home. Go home. You ain't going to the pros. Just go home. That's it. One more year NIL and go your ass home. Go home. One thing we're not going to talk about, though, I know you're a Georgia Bulldogs fan, and so is my wife. I'm not looking forward to them against UAB. All right? They should beat the brakes off UAB. She wanted me to talk about them. They're a 42.5-point favorite. They should beat the brakes off them. How about they cover this time? They didn't cover last week.
They didn't cover last time, which is a little worrisome. I mean,
they didn't cover the week before.
South Carolina, Spencer Rattler, who, for whatever reason, people still believe he's that guy, but he's not that guy.
I kind of like him, man. I don't know why I'm still kind of liking him. For some reason, I still kind of like Spencer Rattler.
He's a feel-good story.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, so yeah, back to the Pac-12. I mean, you got Utah and UCLA. Defensive game. This game's gonna be this might be like a 13-10 game. No Cam Rising again. We don't know when he's coming back. You know what I mean? So, total yards, they have total defensively, the 17th in total yards, 11th against the rush. Listen, UCLA is 7th in points allowed, 24th in total defense. It's gonna be a slobber knocker, boy. They're gonna be going out. Yeah, it's gonna be a dog fight.
Football. This is what football is all about. I'm sorry.
Yes,
this whole spread it out, score points, don't touch nobody thing. I hate it. Take somebody's damn head off.
Let's go. And then we got Washington State and Oregon State. Oregon State plays defense. 11th in points allowed, 13th in yards allowed. Listen, they about to come, but Washington State can score now. Dude, Cam Ward is nice. 986 yards, 9 touchdowns, leads the team in rushing. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna watch Washington. We told you Washington went up there, went to Michigan State and beat the brakes off them.
That was a gambler's pick more so than anything, just because.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you're a top 10 team. I mean, but again, Michigan State.
They should have
lose.
They should have beat them. They should have beat them.
You should have beat them. Like, absolutely. If you lost, I would have been worried.
Absolutely. Or if it was close, like you said, like if they would have came out and put a good show against you, them in disarray the way they are, you were supposed to blow the doors off them, and they did.
We were supposed to, but I was kind of hoping Michigan State would kind of rally and be like, what else do we have left to lose? But they came out, they played the way they looked. It's just, they looked awful. All right. They're a dumpster fire.
Yep. And he's about to be fired. He'll be fired. He'll be fired soon. All right. So here, my locks. I got Cincinnati plus 13.5 against Oklahoma. Big 12 slate opens. Cincinnati's in the Big 12. How the hell? What's going on? Anyway, Cincinnati's in the Big 12. UCLA, again, they getting plus 3.5 at Utah. UConn plus 22.5 at home against who the hell? I know who they were playing too. I messed that up. Hold up, my bad. Duke. UConn? I'm sorry, Duke. Yeah, they playing Duke. Listen, UConn. I know UConn's been getting beat by a lot of teams they shouldn't be getting beat by, and UConn is down. But Jim Mora Jr., you're coaching this team. Come on, man.
I know a lot about him from his Falcons days.
Right. Show me something. Show me something
here.
At least don't get the doors blown off you. He's getting beat by.
Keep it competitive. Win. Like, you need to do something here. You can't.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Georgia State's a good team, but they shouldn't be on the level with even with a UConn, and they beat the brakes off them. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I got Arkansas plus 17 hosting. At LSU. I'm kind of jumping out the window on that one. LSU's probably going to blow the doors off, but I'm going with Arkansas. And then I got Oregon State -3 against Washington State. I just think Oregon State's defense is going to wear them down. Close game, but they'll eke it out by a touchdown or 6 points, 16-10, something like that. You know what I mean? 23-17, something in that ballpark. That's what I got.
All right, so what I got my first lock is Colorado at +21. I don't see them getting the doors blown off them like that. I don't. I think this is going to be close. Do I think Colorado can win?
Yeah.
Do I think they will win? Probably not.
Probably not.
But this will be a good test for Dion. If you walk out of here with a 7-point, 10-point loss, even a 3-point loss or a 3-point win, that's a win. Honestly, that's a win. That's just the way I look at it with the way college plays out. And then FSU, bro, you're 2.5-point favorites over LSU. This you should be like 10-point, 20. You should be at least point favorites over them. Then I have USC at Arizona State, 34.5 points. I'm expecting Caleb Williams to just do his damn thing. They'll be up 35 by halftime.
Yeah, make it easy on them. Just make it easy.
I have an upset here. I have Notre Dame beating Ohio State.
Okay.
What
are they? What is Notre Dame?
Notre Dame's 4-0. Ohio State's 3-0.
What's the line though?
It's +3 for Notre Dame.
I got you. But you got you just got them outright. I got you.
I got them outright. I mean, but it's just they're 4-0. They're 3-0 at home. They're playing at home. You know,
and they're
14th in the league. They're 14th in college football in points scored. You know, they're 16th in yardage. They're top 4 in yards. Actually, they're top 4 in yards allowed. They're +3 in the turn. Like this is spelling a game where this could be a massive upset.
They're beating the hell out of teams they're supposed to beat the hell out of. They're beating the hell out of teams.
Now you got undefeated Ohio State walking into your building. You clearly have a top 5, top 10 defense. Ohio State is still Ohio State, but I just don't think there's anything to be scared about with this Ohio State team. There's no CJ Stroud. There's no Justin Fields. There's no one really that kind of scares you on this team. They're just a very well-rounded team, but so is a Notre Dame. And Notre Dame is playing beat the brakes off you football. They're getting after you. They're stuffing the run. They're giving up a little over 200 yards passing a game. They're a defensive team. And if there's one thing I've always known about Ohio State, they don't like physicality. That's why when you
give it back to them. When you give it back to them. They
always struggled against the Iowas. You know, they've always struggled against
Penn States when they play like that. Yep.
Even Michigan, even though I know they're
like Indiana's and all that.
Harbaugh. But when they start getting punched in the mouth, they hate it. They're a finesse team. They just want to score points on you. So I have Notre Dame. And then last, I have Texas as 14.5-point favorites. Actually, the spread now is up to 17. I took them at 14.5 over Baylor.
Got you. I got you. All right. I like it. Sam Hartman, though, man. I'm with you. Sam Hartman, listen, I that's not the Sam Hartman from Wake Forest.
No, it is not.
He looks pretty damn good. Man. I like it.
Yeah, they're scary, man. But last time they were this good was the Manti Te'o year. Or at least they looked like this. It was Manti Te'o year.
Yep. All right, cool. We're gonna see. Oh, wait, I forgot to do our records. Last week I went 5-0 and hold up. What did I do? What did I do last week? And I went, make sure we get this right here. Yeah, I went 4-1 in college. Marky went
1-4, I think.
1-4. He went 1-4. All right. And then pros, I went NFL, I went 5-0, and he went 2-3.
2-3.
2-3. It's all right. All right.
The damn Chargers, man, killing me, dude.
Killing you. Now here we go. Pros, NFL, the games I'm looking forward to. Pats and Jets. There's not too many big name games on there's not too many big games on the slate Sunday. Pats and Jets. Listen, I get it. The Jets are down. They're without Aaron Rodgers. Zach Wilson hasn't looked that great. But you gotta end
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, you gotta end this streak against the Patriots at some point.
Have to do something, man. You know,
at some point.
Patriots are down, but this is Bill Belichick's spot, man.
Oh yeah, I'm throwing the curveball.
Yeah, they love their backs against the wall.
I'm throwing the curveball, but yeah, they have to. the Jets have to do something here. They have to get this win.
Even
It's
if
in
you
your
don't
house.
win, Zach Wilson has to show something.
Look good. Some type of progression. I got you.
2 touchdowns and a pick, 3 touchdowns and a pick, 250 yards. You keep it close. You got to do something here, Zach. You have to.
Yep.
Your NFL career is hanging on this season.
Then I'm looking forward to the Vikings and the Chargers. This is if we go 0-3, we're gonna start selling off pieces. I hate to say it like that.
Crazy that this is
it.
That these teams are walking in 0-2.
Yeah.
Like
this is the 0-3, and we are done. We are selling. We are putting on a season. We're on to 2024. I hate to say it like that.
Neither of these teams should be 0-3.
Right. But this is what it's gonna be. So whoever loses this, I think they're gonna say, you know what? What can we get? Let's build draft picks because we don't want to totally rebuild. Let's try to reload with draft.
The thing. There's not really much that you can give away here.
That's true.
On either team, unless.
Well, it's going to be Cousins. They're going to try to shop.
That's
Cousins.
what I'm thinking. There's on the top of my head, I can only think of 2 guys.
Right.
One on each team: Keenan Allen and Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, maybe Chargers can kind of move Khalil Mack, because he's not really panning out.
He's not panning out. He's not panning out.
But is he not panning out because of the scheme, or is it because he's lost a step?
I think it's because of this. I would say scheme.
I think it's the scheme. I think it's coaching. I really do. I think it's coaching.
Right. I watched the games.
He's this bad.
Yeah, I watched the games. He doesn't look like he's lost a step, but hey, I could be looking at something different.
And the Vikings, you just traded for Cam Akers, which honestly, that's huge. I don't know what the disconnect with him over there was in LA, but clearly him and Sean McVay did not like each other.
Yeah. There's something weird about that. Weird about that. I don't get it.
But I just don't. Harrison Smith is maybe the other guy, but he's probably going to retire at the end of the year. He's like 30.
Yeah,
he's pretty old.
It's about that. It's about that time. Then also the other game I'm looking forward to is Bills and Commanders. My Commanders. Look, we got the Bills at home. This is the time.
This is a huge test.
Huge test. You beat the Cardinals, and you almost lost to the Cardinals when you should have blown the doors off them. You should have lost to the Broncos when you were coming in on a high and they were coming in on a low. Okay.
Yeah, you almost lost.
You escaped against the Cardinals. You came back and looked great. That's the first time they've scored 35 points, brother, since in 2 years. No, longer than that.
And Sam
Howell, 2 years. 2 years. Right.
You know what? If he keeps
good
moving like this, you have your guy.
Yeah, that throw to the McLaurin in the end zone from about 35 out.
Bro, the way he read that was insane. So off that play action, he saw the safeties bite right away.
Mm-hmm.
And that was his read. They were in a cover too. The safety stepped down and he just the one issue with him is he stares down his guy.
Rookie, right? What is he? Second year? Third year?
Stares him down, but he stares him down not because that's the read. He stares him down because of where the coverage is. Like he knows what they're doing pre-snap.
Right.
I saw it a few times with Jahan Dotson on out routes. Like he just knew it. He was like, "Yep, I'm going right here because it's going to be open." He's reading pre-snap. He has a little bit more to do post-snap, but I think if he keeps improving, man, I think you got a diamond.
I'm with you. Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear.
I do. I like him a lot.
For your being, listen, this is coming from a guy who played football. He knows football. You hearing what he's saying. Listen, you can listen to this show and get tips on defenses. This helps you in Madden. Listen to what he's saying with cover 2s, cover 3s, looking off the defenders. Listen to what my man Marky's saying.
Yeah,
and
cover 2, so that was the thing on that touchdown route. You're going to cover 2. You understand that's open. That middle of the field, that gap between the 2 safeties, that's going to be open every time, whether it's a seam route up the middle, post route, or whatever. But the play action helped even more because it made Simmons and I can't forget the other safety's name, made them just step a little bit closer. That's all it made him do. It was a quick step forward. Terry McLaurin was able to get behind both of them. He put it right on the money.
Absolutely.
That was a perfect read.
Listen, if you get this and you understand this, and if you win your game in Madden, we want $19.95 sent to us. Like no games.
Yeah, you don't do this.
Giving you pearls here, man. He was giving you pearls here, man. Stop playing around. All right, cool. What games you looking forward to? I know you wasn't looking.
So honestly, I'm going with my Falcons and my Lions in the Lions here. This is going to be This is going to be a
defensive. I think it's going to be a defensive battle,
This is going to be a dogfight.
It's going to be a defensive battle.
Physical football match.
Yep.
This is going to be old school. We're going to run the ball. We're going to do a lot of play action. I think we have the edge here. I think we have the edge just due to the fact that defensively losing Chauncey Gardner is a huge blow. And then I'm way more confident in Drake London after last week.
Yo.
Good luck covering that boy. Okay. And then, you know what? Bijan did his thing. Listen, I came on here last week and I talked shit. I'm still gonna stand my ground and say it's the
Fanatics.
Wrong pick.
That's what we do. It's Fanatics. We're gonna do that.
Stand my ground and say it's the wrong pick. But if he does it again this week and Desmond Ridder again continues to take a step forward and that defense holds it down like we have in the last 2 weeks, I think we walk out of Detroit with a win. This is going to be our first test. We're on the road. We're in Detroit. You know, we're coming off a big win against Green Bay after being down 13 in the fourth quarter. We're riding high. You know, our defense has been absolutely lights out. AJ Terrell's been shutting it down. Our pass rush looks good. Jesse Bates has been a game changer. Caden Ellis middle is just. I'm really looking forward to this game. Then again, Chargers Vikings, another one. I can't believe one of these teams is going to be 0-3.
It's crazy. This is crazy, man.
It's absolutely insane.
Crazy, man.
And you know what? I'm looking forward to Houston and Jacksonville because I'll tell you what, man. CJ Stroud, he's been tearing it. They're 0-2, but not because of him. I can tell you that right now.
He's getting hit a lot.
He's getting hit a lot.
Sacked a lot.
He's not making mistakes.
No, he's not. He's not on that.
He's slinging. Like in your first 2 NFL games, I think you threw it 38 times last week and like 33 times week 1 or something like that.
Again, listen.
Or close to 40 both weeks.
I told someone on this show, I would have went CJ Stroud over Bryce Young.
Oh,
that was just me. I would have went CJ Stroud. That's just me. I wouldn't have
I would have went Anthony Richardson over either of them.
Damn, you too? I was like, hell no, I don't see that, but all right. He's out this week, though. He's out
this week because he can't slide.
Yeah, that's what you just got to get out of harm's way.
And yeah, those are the games that I'm looking forward to. I'm just looking for I felt bad for CJ Stroud, and I was kind of dogging him coming out too because there were a few games where he just didn't look like he had it in him. Like he didn't have that. I think it was the Michigan game. Like, was it Michigan? No, because actually he tore it. No, it was the Michigan game because he tore it up against Georgia.
Yep.
He had it was like a 4th and 8 or something like that. And instead of going for the first down, he slid 2 yards short.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, what? That kind of threw me off. And I thought a couple more times throughout the year where I was watching highlights where he kind of just, instead of getting the first down, ran out of bounds or dropped. And it's like, are you really that scared to get hit? So I kind of dogged him a little bit, but man, so far in 2 weeks in Houston, he's shown me something different.
No doubt. All right. So now you know what time it is on our locks. So here I go. I got the Vikings. We talked about them, aforementioned Vikings. -1.5, hosting the Chargers. Yeah, I think if anybody's gonna fold, so I hate to say it, I've tried to ride with Brandon Staley, but I think it's gonna be the Chargers that's gonna fold. I'm going with the Vikings. And then I got the Pats. Excuse me, -2.5 against the Jets, at the Jets. As much as I was just sitting there saying the Jets have to do something now, I don't think they're gonna. I got the Pats. I got your Falcons +3 hosting the Lions. I don't see why they're underdog, but
we're in Detroit. That's the
my bad. I'm sorry, my bad. They're in Detroit. I thought they were in Atlanta. I looked at that wrong. All right, so they're in Detroit, but I think I like the way the Falcons play. I like the way they play. They play hard. They play tough. They play physical. They're physical. The Saints. I got the Saints in Green Bay +1.5. They play physical as well. I got the Saints pulling that out. And then I got the Cowboys. They're minus 12.5 in Arizona, even though they're without Trayvon Diggs. I think they're still going to beat the brakes off them. I think this whole run of where the Cardinals play teams tough, it ends on Sunday. The Cowboys are going to make them understand.
They're going to make them.
You guys, yeah, you're supposed to tank, so tank. Now go tank. Yeah. That's what they're going to do. Go sit down. That's what I got. That's my 5.
So first up, I got Eagles 5 points favorites over the Bucks. I mean, I've been impressed with what the Bucks have done and what Baker Mayfield has done, in the first 2 weeks, but the Eagles are just better.
Yeah, absolutely.
On both sides of the ball, offense and defense. They're going to get after Baker. That line still doesn't look good, and that pass rush for Philly is just going to get to him.
Yep.
This one, I have to take them here just due to the fact that they're 0-2, but Cincinnati over the Rams, man. Come on. You're another team that shouldn't be 0-2 right now. You're at home in Cincinnati. You need this.
Absolutely. What is that? What are they minus on that?
They're 2.5 point favorites.
Got you.
I took them they were at 3 points when I took them because I still have the spread here from when I texted it to you.
All right.
And then I obviously have my Falcons as +3 favorites. I just have them straight up winning it or covering.
Got you.
And I have, dude, you think the Vikings are walking out 0-0? You think the Chargers are walking out 0-3? I have the Vikings walking out 0-3 in this.
Got you.
I think this is the Kirk Cousins year where they're gonna. This is what I'm thinking is gonna happen. I doubt it will happen. This is what I would like to see happen as a fan. I'd like to see the Chargers beat the Vikings and then the Vikings trade Kirk Cousins to the Jets.
Okay.
And then I have Patriots 2.5 over the Jets. I think it's going to be more than 2.5, but I'll take
it. Sorry, Jets.
Yeah, you're just not good with Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
I think, and the reason why I'm looking at it this way is because I think this is going to expose both teams.
Yeah.
It's going to expose Minnesota that, listen, you're nowhere near close to competing for a title. Last year was a fluke. You might as well move on from your aging quarterback. This is going to hit the Jets in the face really hard. If we don't have someone competent under center, we're doing nothing. So both y'all walk out with an L, and both y'all need what you got to do and move on.
All right. That's our locks. If you follow our locks, you make some money, send us some damn money. It's all right. We don't need that much. Coffee, like you say, energy drink. You know what I'm saying? That's all we need. Energy drink. It's all we need. Water. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily need Modelo. Water's cool. I drink water. I love water. You know what I mean?
You guys can buy me a gallon of water.
There you go. You got to stay hydrated, baby. You got to drink that water. Flush them kidneys out. Flush the liver out. You know what I mean? Drink your water. Water's essential. You know? All right. This is the time where we talk our talk. And we get really in depth. And we might yell a little loud about our teams or somebody else. These are our rants. Marky, I'll let you go first. What you ranting on? Do your thing.
All right. This is going to be my rant right here. I have it in here. Where'd it go? Where was it? It was, I got to find it again. You go. I got to find mine.
I got you. All right. So my rant. So a man in New England, up in New England during the New England Patriots Miami Dolphins game, a man died after an altercation with some Dolphins fans in the stands. The man's name was Dale Mooney. He was a season ticket holder
from New Hampshire.
There was so again the cause of death they say is underlying circumstances. Rest in peace. I'm not here to glorify him. I'm not here to piggyback off him or do anything for clicks and likes. My rant is basically to say, listen, I love the Commanders. I love the Nets. I love the Yankees. Whatever the case is, I'm never gonna fight somebody over this. Now I don't know what they was teasing him, what they was heckling him about or taunting him about. But if it was about a football game, shame on everybody in that situation that let it get that far. You know what I mean? It's a game. You could say if I'm going to the game when the Commanders play the Patriots on November 4th. Now, Patriots fans are like, hey, Commanders suck. You guys suck up. You got it. You know what I mean? Don't throw nothing at me.
Whatever happens, completely uncalled for.
Right. Don't throw nothing at me. Don't come towards me. Don't call me on my name. Cool. You got it. Say whatever you want. I'm gonna say something back. But as fans, we got to start understanding we're not getting paid to do this. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting paid to act like this. They don't care that you act like this. They're glad you're supporting them and you're buying season tickets and all that. But all this, nah, man. Like, come on, knock it off, man. That's it.
It's a football game. It ain't that serious. And I don't want to try and defend the Miami fans, but living in New England, I understand how it is.
It's tough.
New England and Boston fans are the worst fans I've ever met in my entire life. So I don't know if this was a repercussion of something else that they got into with somebody else and they were just fired up already to fight with this man. But I will tell you, going into Gillette as an opposing team's fan is never a fun time. And it's the same thing when I've gone to see Celtics, man. I'm a Celtics fan, and I hate the way Boston fans act. I can't.
Right.
So this is more than, to me, this is an indictment on New England.
Yep.
In their
fans. Gotta be better,
like,
man.
Granted, this guy was a New England fan, and from what I read, he did nothing wrong. It was the Miami guys, but we don't know what was happening first quarter, second quarter, third quarter with any other fan out there. Maybe this wasn't just a one-off situation, or maybe it's just the reputation New England fans have. So opposing fans have to walk in with kind of a chip on their shoulder. Like, I don't know, because New England fans do have a bad rap for the most part. And I feel really bad this happened at a football game. Like, this is stupid. Like, this shouldn't happen. You shouldn't be heckling anyone, regardless if you're a fan of the team or not. I mean, you want to clown and have fun and joke around and talk shit, cool. But to get to the point where you're throwing blows and killing people, man, it's stupid.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. Let's do better. Like, enough's enough. Like, we're fans. Like, but that's it. They're not paying you to do this.
It's one thing if we're getting paid millions of dollars to be on that field. But
even then, I'm not punching you in the face over somebody else.
Oh, like, if I'm getting paid millions of dollars, I'm punching anybody in the face.
Right, well, there you
like Trent Williams last night, just sucking.
Oh, yeah. He should have got. He's lucky he didn't get suspended or thrown out the damn game. He didn't even get thrown out the game. That was crazy.
They didn't have enough evidence that he threw a punch. It was blatant.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, man. Listen, that's all I'm saying. Rest in peace to Dale Mooney. Again, this is not for clicks and likes.
That's tragic.
It's not for clicks and likes. This is basically the saying for us as fans, man. Look, I get it. You heated. Everybody's drinking. We fired up, but it should never get this far. Let's not let this get this far, man. And it's not just Dale Mooney. It's a lot of places, a lot of sports that this happens like that. You just heard Marky say it's not just Patriots fans, it's Celtics fans, it's Philadelphia Eagles fans, it's Philly
Red Sox, Yankees fans, man. I've gone to Fenway against Red Sox and Yankees, and it's brawls, dude.
Yeah,
it's fights, man. I've seen videos of Philly fans doing this. I think it was like 2 years ago. This happened in L.A. The guy fell off like the balcony and died.
Yep.
And then that. Like, it's crazy that this is actually like this is happening. You see it in the NBA. Fans are starting fights with players. Like, what are we doing?
Exactly. Listen, man, and then it's not just that, it's the Dodgers Giants. They got into a fight, a fan died. Like, it's just, and again,
what it was. It was the Dodgers Giants. It wasn't that's where it was. It was in LA, Dodgers Giants. It wasn't the Niners. It wasn't a Niners game.
I'm a Yankees fan, and it hurts me to my core when I hear them say what they say about Yankees fans. Like, players say, man, Yankees fans are the worst. And I was just there in August. They weren't, and with the section we were in, they were okay. But you've heard it so many times when you can't not think it's true. It must be true. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, so to hear that about the Yankees fan, like, damn, for real? It's crazy.
I remember growing up and sports was taken serious, but we knew it was sports. Like, that was the fun of it. Like, we were able to do that and not come to blows. Like, by the end of the game, we were like, yeah, it was a great
game.
Got heated because you're invested. These are your teams. These are sports teams that you follow your whole life. Like, it's just, you're invested in this. So I get it's emotional, but to do this is
crazy.
Asinine.
Do better, y'all. Marky, who you got? Marky, who you got?
The entire Chicago Bears. Everybody.
There you go. Everybody.
Ryan Poles. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Your stadium just got robbed for $100,000 worth of equipment. Your defensive coordinator resigned and his house was raided, and y'all are literally out here saying that's not true. Listen, his house got raided. Justin Fields is out here blaming the coaching staff for his poor play. Justin Fields, you can't even, we were talking about it before the show. They ran a dagger concept for Justin Fields, and the primary read on this play was the seam up the middle. And it was, I'm pretty sure it was Darnell Mooney, the tight end. Cole Kmet was going straight up the middle. Darnell Mooney ran a deep in route and took the safety down with him along with the robber. The tight end was wide open in this end zone. And it's not like Justin Fields didn't have a clean pocket on this play. He held it for 4 to 5 seconds in this screaming. You're wearing bright orange. You can see this man. If you didn't see him, it's over. Ryan Poles needs to go. Matt Uberfleiss needs to go. Justin Fields needs to go. Reset it all. Trading away the number 1 overall pick. I get it. You got a haul.
No doubt.
What have you done? What you brought in DJ Moore for this reason? And I actually heard a clip of this. DJ Moore was talking to, I forgot who. Oh, Levante David on field. He's either Levante David or Devin White. And he said, they were like, man, I missed against playing you twice a year. You know, they're not using you right over there in Chicago. And he's like, yeah, tell me about it. Like, you just brought this man in, and in week 2, he's telling the opposing team that you ain't doing shit with him.
Yeah.
Chicago, get it together. Bench Justin Fields. I mean, I don't even know who your backup is. I think it's Nathan Peterman, so you really can't bench him because you're just going to get worse.
I think he's gone. I think that he's just gone now. I think he's
it's that undrafted kid from college that, like, like it's dude, do something here. Justin Fields can't read a defense if his life depended on it.
Not right now, he can't. And like you said, that was a coverage sack too. I mean, I know the play you're talking about.
It wasn't even a coverage sack. It was a
not a coverage sack. It was just not a bad. I can't read the field. I can't read the field sack. I can't read the field sack.
And then
let me get that out right.
And then to sit there in the post-game press conference and be like, well, yeah, you know, it's the coaching.
Could be coaching, yep. Could be. Yep.
It's you.
And then he called him over after, like, no, it wasn't coaching. I'll take everything on me. If something happens, blame me. Like, bro,
you said too late. You're one press conference too late on that, bro.
Yeah.
That was the head coach and GM came to you and said, you better fix this.
No doubt.
That's what that was. You did not mean that second. You said what you meant. Stand on it. Say it with your chest.
Yes, sir.
If you're gonna say it with your chest, next week you better ball out. And you're not going.
We'll see Sunday. We'll see Sunday in Kansas City. We'll see. All right. I like it. Now, that time before we get out of here. We give our bozos of the week. My bozo of the week, Sean McVay. So, the line on the game last week between the Rams and the 49ers was 7.
7.5.
7.5. Oh, my bad. I apologize. 7.5. So now it's 7.5. The Rams are up 10. No, I'm sorry. The 49ers are up 10. The Rams are driving. They kick a field goal with seconds left. Why? What was the point of that? And then Sean McVay has the nerve to come out and say, I didn't know the rules. I mean, I'm sorry, not rules. I didn't know the line. And there's pundits who come on and say, yeah, he probably didn't know what the lines was. Coaches don't know that. Miss me with that bull crap in 2023. Look, I see your face. It's 2023. There's gambling sites everywhere. Listen, Fanatics has sports lines now. Fanatics, the clothing lines where you buy your jersey, has sports lines.
Sean McVay won a shit ton of money on Sunday.
Exactly.
Go check his bank account.
Exactly. You mean to tell me you didn't know about that? Man, stop it, man. Stop it. You shave points, you pulled a stunt, and you should be called out for it and investigated for it. 100%. I don't care.
You can't sit here and tell me you didn't know. Players are getting suspended left and right.
Left and right.
There's no way you don't know this stuff.
Left and right.
Shut up, clown.
Left and right. Straight bozo. That's my Bozo. Like, come on, man. Don't even try to tell me that. You drive the ball to the field and kick a field goal for what reason?
No,
it wasn't a moral victory. It wasn't, hey, let's see what we got in the last 2 minutes. You kicked the field goal.
Didn't even
stop it, man.
I could see if you went down there and scored, and you're like, yeah, San Fran, you're not that much better than us. Like,
right.
We're right there. But this was just, I have money on this game.
Absolutely.
That's all that.
Absolutely. Let me get Vegas real quick.
Him or his wife or his brother.
Yeah.
Or friend, somebody somewhere.
Said, he didn't put it in
on this game that
he didn't. Yeah, he didn't put the betting on his phone. None of that. He had no ties to it, but he had money on it.
Either that, it was one of two things. Either that or the NFL in Vegas made a fucking phone call and said, listen, we have way too many bets on this. You need to fucking blow this.
Why not? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Bozo of the week, Sean McVay. That's only got one, but that was mine. What you got?
They're on the same team. Sean Payton is my first Bozo. I don't know if he's doing this because he hates Russell Wilson. That's what I'm going to try to put up to you. I think he just hates Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
But his coaching job so far has been nothing like New Orleans. Listen, I've watched this man year in and year out for over a decade.
Yeah.
What he's putting out on that field is not the same thing that he's put out in New Orleans. It's similar, yes, schematics wise, but the situational calls that he's making, the blown leads that he's doing, it's just, I think he wants out of Russell Wilson, and I think it's because he doesn't like Russell Wilson, because this is going to go right into my second Bozo, because Russell Wilson is a legitimate Bozo. I'm sorry, he's a clown. He's a clown human.
He's Bozo of the week. He's a Bozo, period.
He's a Bozo, period. You know, he's out here taking pictures with babies, like Sean Payton said, like, bro, you ain't a politician, you are a quarterback. Chill the hell out.
Yeah.
You know, like his teammates have all come out and said, like, Russell Wilson wasn't that guy. He was a piece of shit in the locker room. He was all about himself. He was very egotistical. Pete Carroll knew what he was doing when he traded Russell Wilson. And this is it. Sean Payton got in there, sat down with Russell Wilson, and he's like, I got to get this man out of here. And that's what he's doing. They're both my Bozos of the week. Russell Wilson more of a Bozo because the dude still can't read a field. How are you? One thing that you did great in Seattle was understand where your reads were and how to get it done. On that 2-point conversion that he threw to Cortland Sutton, I don't know if it was Jerry Jeudy. I think it was Jerry Jeudy. Was wide open over the middle. And he forced it into Cortland Sutton. I don't know if that was the read that where he was supposed to go with the ball or whatever, but as someone with Russell Wilson's stature in this league for accuracy, consistency, making the right throw at the right time, he hasn't made the right throw in the right time in like 3 years. His last year in Seattle, you kind of saw it. He didn't really have much. He was still making throws, but you just kind of felt like something was off. And then he gets there last year with Nathaniel Hackett and was a hack for both of them were. And there you have Sean Payton, and you still can't do anything. I mean, you lose to the Raiders.
Yep.
Then you lose to the Commanders. I mean, the Commanders are 2-0, but I mean, if you look at the schedule in August and July, that's 2-0 for the Broncos. Easy.
Should have been.
You know what I'm saying? And you're 0-2 in this situation, and you gave him that Russell Wilson that contract. You traded away draft capital. You set your franchise back.
Yeah.
Bozo of the weeks.
He didn't.
Russell
like
Wilson.
You said, he's gonna get rid of him. Like you said, he didn't. He didn't.
He has to be, man, because it's just something doesn't look right.
Yeah, absolutely. Was that good? You got everything off? Therapeutic? Everything good?
I'm good. I should be good.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we do. We'll have a bunch more next week for y'all. More rants, more Bozos, more football, more everything. Basketball is about to start soon, so we're gonna be definitely kicking it up about that. Yep. Baseball playoffs are coming up next week, starting next week or a week after that. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about more things in football.
Let's do a real quick baseball thing. What about what's his face not playing in 2025?
He's gonna play. He's not pitching until 2025.
He's not pitching until 2025. What do you think about that? I think that's a.
I mean, listen, with the Tommy John surgery, that's
I get it, but I think this is a mishandling by the Angels.
Absolutely. Because it's the second time he's had it, right? Isn't the second time he's had Tommy John surgery?
Yeah, but
the second time.
He's just built different. I don't get this, man.
Yeah, hey, listen, man. The Angels have mishandled him. They're saying he's picking like a dark horse. What I'm hearing is the Red Sox. I would hate that. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's signing. I don't think he's signing with the Angels. They think he's coming back. He's not coming back. I don't think he's coming back at all, man.
I don't think he's coming back at all. But I don't think Boston will put up the money. If there's one thing I know about Boston teams outside of the Celtics, they don't like to spend money.
Not half a billion. Not a half a billion. You ain't doing a half a billion.
No.
Yeah, I don't. I'm definitely. If I'm him, if I'm a team, I'm concerned about his future as far as a two-way hitter, because that's what two-way player, because that's what makes him dynamic. That's what makes him dynamic. You know,
if this is the second Tommy John, sir, is it? If this is the second Tommy John,
I believe it's his second. I believe it's his second. Let me look that up before we get up out of here. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's not a good look, and that could be a big reason why he's delaying till 25. I mean, Brock Purdy basically had the same injury. Right there, Tommy John's the UCL ligament, right, in your elbow.
Yep.
Yeah, Brock Purdy and Ben Roethlisberger both had that surgery and came back within less than a year. I mean, I get it's different.
He did it 5 years ago in 2018 too. He had a surgery. He just had it. So this is second time.
Yeah,
second UCL. Yeah, Why would you pitch? Why would you pitch again? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want him to? You know?
I mean, that's any team who's signing him needs to do an in-depth research on that elbow.
And you're not giving him $500,000, not to just be a hitter. I'm not giving you half a billion.
$500 million, that needs to have some sort of clause in there about the elbow. You start going wrong. You're not getting this. You're not getting that.
Right.
That's tough, but. Again, man, we're in a day and age when it comes to injuries, man, where we think knee injuries, I remember not 10 years ago, you blew your knee out like Nick Chubb, you were never touching a football.
Never, ever.
Perfect example of that is Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it happened to him. Todd Gurley, look at him.
Yep. Oh, Lattimore from South Carolina, right?
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
Both knees. Never played it down in the NFL.
Never played again. Never played it down. Todd Gurley, his knees got degenerative, and he was out.
Jay
Ajayi. Huh?
Jay Ajayi had the same problem.
Jay Ajayi. Yep.
This is why you don't pay running backs.
Yeah. Again, we can also remember back 25 years ago, Robert Edwards.
Yeah.
Playing that flag football game in the sand. Tore his knee up. Never played for the Patriots again. He was going to be nice. He was their replacement for what's my man's name? He was their replacement for
Curtis Martin.
Curtis Martin. Right? I'm like, what? How can I get his name right? Yeah, he was their replacement. He was doing his thing. Crazy.
I mean, Adrian Peterson. I remember when he did it to his, and they were like, "Yeah, he's never going to be the same again." This, that, and the third. Like,
came back and won an MVP.
Yeah, I mean, surgery's come a long way since then. But Tommy John surgery is. I'm not the biggest baseball guy, but that's like a death sentence in baseball from everything that I've known over the years. And to have two.
A lot of players. The crazy part about it is they're doing it quicker though. A lot of players, they're just saying, you know what, I'm just going to do it and just waste the time, but. Some players come back, some players don't. Luis Severino for the Yankees, he had it. He hasn't been the same. It's not. He's had more injuries besides that, but he just hasn't been the same.
You know
what I'm saying? So you never know.
Here for a pitcher, right? Because you have a much better grip on the ball.
Right. Yeah.
I would think like look, you saw Josh Allen. He didn't even tear his. He sprained his last year, and he was just awful
all over the place. Yep.
And I still think it's affecting him.
Yep. I mean, again, Shohei came back and did his thing. Now he's having another one. We'll see. This second one might be the one where it says, "Nah, you're not pitching no more, bro. You just got to hit."
At least if you are, you're not going to be as good as you used to be.
Right. He was
pitching at a level that was unheard of.
Yeah, you're coming out the bullpen. You'll be a hitter, but you come out the bullpen type shit. You know what I mean? That's what it'll be.
A reliever or a closer or something like that.
Hell yeah.
All right, you're not going to be throwing no hitters, one hitters anymore. I mean, if you do, good for you, man.
Good for you.
But that's tough. But seeing Brock Purdy, because when I saw that, same thing, I thought Brock Purdy was cooked. I was like, damn, man, because this was such a great story on this kid.
Right.
Awful for him. Like, there's no way he comes back from it. Because even Big Ben, when he had it, his arm.
That was it. Yeah, that was it. That was it for him.
He was a little older, throws, but he didn't have that cannon that he used to have.
I mean, again, I think the difference is because Brock Purdy's what? 25, 23, you know what I mean? Yeah. Big Ben was approaching 40, you know what I mean? 38.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
The older you get, the harder it is to recover.
Yeah.
With that.
Right. You know, so that's what I think. That's what I think happened. And that's why Brock Purdy still was able to bounce back, and he's looking good, looking really good.
They're going to
all right. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for joining us tonight. You know how we do every single week. Talk our shit. Fanatical Massholes for the fans. Buy 2 Fanatics. Again, he's got his Drake London jersey showing the number 5. Good luck to the Falcons this weekend. Everybody watch the game.
He is now the father of Jari Alexander.
You heard. All right. We'll go see.
He is, hands down. That's his son now.
All right. You heard what he said. Woo, we heard what he said. All right. Enjoy the games this weekend. Remember, like, subscribe, share, comment, support the movement. Shout out to all our sponsors. Marky, my brother, I'll see you next week. Y'all stay blessed. Stay blessed.
Enjoy your night, everybody.
We out, man. We out. Peace.
Y'all fly forever. Turn that shit up, forever. Ayy, I'm fly forever, we real as it get. Never say never, we know for them hits. Feeling that weather you put on your fit. Y'all fly forever, go get you the drip. Y'all fly forever, we real as it get. Never say never, we know for them hits.